Hello everyone, this is Fenris Lycon. Behind me is Shadow. We're here for another game of Surviving Mars. Let's get this game started. In just over 2 souls, we have a electric dust storm. And so now we want to consider what we want to do with our rocket. Do we want to send it back to Earth? We almost have it full of rare metals, but we don't really need anything from Earth currently. We could send it to an expedition. That's what we've been doing for every dust storm. And there is a planetary that only needs drones, so we have that. If we do, we need to unload this rocket, so we kind of have to decide soon. And I'm just going to move things around a little bit. We'll get the electronics. We'll put it all in line. And I'll put a deposit of rare metals right there so we can unload it pretty quick. I should be able to I'll turn it off so they start unloading it now. That should save us some time. We probably have enough water stored up. I have a few names too from our last water tower. I have Shadow is a good boy and Blake's Diner. Oh, and I decided to name the celebrity with previous gaming, which is another YouTuber who has done a great series of Surviving Mars on the Hunters map. So I figured I'd do, have a celebrity to actually be a YouTubing Surviving Mars celebrity. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll go to the anomaly, the planetary. For the people, we'll then have a full shipment of rare metals, and we can send it back to Earth. So that's the plan there. We actually have unemployed people, which is fine because we're going to send some up, which also means when they come back, we can open up a second rare metals extractor. We are pretty close on residents, so that's something also to consider. And we also, ooh, nice. We're wanting to keep this medical post open now because we have so many people that we're consistently getting a good number. We have 2 males, 2 females in this dome that want children. So we want to make sure that's possible. I have to say I haven't actually seen what this map looks like with a deep scan, so I'm really excited to see if there's any really nice locations, and hopefully this location gets better too. It did when we found this one, this deeper metals, because we don't really have anything else besides around these 2 domes, beside these 2 rare metal deposits. So hopefully we find more metals. That means we can kind of hang around here longer. If not, we'll have to find another location, but a deep scan will give us more information to make that decision. I'll speed things up so the dust storm gets closer, and there's of course 2 things we want to do in the dust storm. We want to make sure we shut off the moisture vaporizers so they don't use metals, and we want to make sure we send off our rocket. $10 hours. I do think I'm going to try keeping our farm, the Red Wolf Distillery, open. It's actually pretty nice that we got the harvest. 4, 3, 2. That's good enough. So we have 1 for research progress. We'll send that off. What is not working? Grocer. They'll shift around a little bit. 1 hour, we'll shut down all of our vapor moisturizers. And our Moxie. Anything that shuts down during a dust storm, we want to shut it down manually so that they don't get repaired. It will slow us down. And I'll also do the fuel refinery. The Phoboshine. We want to kind of conserve as much water as possible. That is, we are actually going through a lot of water. 2 souls. You know what? because we have the jobs open, we will actually just shut this down and restart it. We have so much food that we can do that. I'm not concerned. And our power looks like we're consistently good, at least during the day, and so we should be fine at night. We actually might be short on the second shift.
Complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Nice. Now we can upgrade our moisturizers. I might hold off or only do a few, because they do need a lot of polymers. So that's good to know, because that means when we get the rocket back and we send it over back to Earth, we'll buy a bunch of polymers. We'll keep things sped up.
Sector scanned.
So we do have one unemployed person, and we are short during the day, or during the second shift. Is there anything we can do to avoid having to build another windmill?
Resources are low.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, we could turn off this. Is there anything else we can kind of deactivate is the question. No, I don't think so. I guess we would need it anyways eventually, so down goes a windmill.
The day claimed our last living founder, spelling the end of an era for us all.
So we've lost our last founder. That does mean everyone in our domes are Martian-born, which we have the breakthrough that makes Martian-born give a 10% extra to production. I do hope to also find in the tech tree the one that makes specialists less bad at, or non-specialists less bad at specialized jobs. How are we looking on water? We are actually doing pretty fine on water, as long as we don't have leaks. And we could do a few things to help that, but I think just having plenty of resources is the plan.
Sector scanned.
And we can upgrade our wind turbine. It will also help during a cold wave, so I shouldn't feel too bad. I also kind of wanted to talk that we're actually exiting kind of like the beginning of like surviving Mars. I know it's almost Sol 100. And we're going into like the mid game where I consider the early game,
Sector scanned.
your colony is just burning resources. It can't kind of keep up. We have another event. A colonist has snapped. They demand more personal space and are barricaded inside their home, their house, until their demands are met. Yep, disasters will do that. People lose their sanity and morale. You arrive at the scene just to see a chair flying out the window, smashing right in front of the crowd of concerned citizens. You hear the hysterical cries from inside. Leave me alone. I don't need to see any of you. As you come closer, the crowd turns to see you. He's all right. We all need more personal space. All residents gain comfort, but provide less living space. Personal space is a luxury we can't afford. Okay. How much do we lose? Ooh. I mean, if we... These are... I don't like either of these. Ooh, I mean, we're always going for comfort, right? I mean, we do have apartments. We could do apartments. They're kind of expensive, but the problem is we don't have a lot of space left over. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, they only lost 2? That's fine. but we definitely need to now get high priority. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Another. So it looks like it's only 2. Living complex. We'll slow things down for a little bit. Especially because we have 8 more people coming down. And we'll restart the farm too. We have plenty of water left over. Well, I mean, we have water left over. We don't have plenty, but we're still low on power during the work shift. But we are gaining power during the night day. But getting back to my other point, you can see at the beginning of the game to be where your colony is just burning resources. It's not kind of maintaining itself at any point or any way. Say making advanced resources or just getting rare metals to pay for those advanced resources and collecting kind of the resources on the map that they're burning through. The mid game, you kind of stabilize, you're profitable, you don't have to, you're never in danger of running out of resources because you can always buy some more, selling,
Sector scanned.
finding
Anomaly
them.
found. Select a sector to scan.
Whoops. So you've kind of like gotten to this point where you could, in theory, I mean, resources are limited on the map, but you could sustain yourself for hundreds of souls. So I consider that the mid game, and that's kind of what we're transitioning into. We're producing more and more rare metals. Just want to make sure. Oh, those guys will have to move over. And the math's a little bit different too with inflation, where everything's more expensive. So we're kind of ramping up production and like fighting against the inflation. So eventually we want to produce everything on Mars, but as long as we're producing everything we need to meet our maintenance demands, we're good. And that's what I consider like the mid game. The late game is you kind of have plenty of resources to do whatever you want. You're building wonders. So we want to refill this rocket. I also want to just check gambling. I think I'll build another decoration. Do from the houses.
Research complete. Cold wave approaching.
Okay. Do we have to be concerned about cold wave? Not particularly. I will upgrade a few of these. That means we can turn some of them off. Oh, and I need to make sure I turn them on. And the oxygen. I'll keep the fuel off for now, as we don't particularly need it. Just got more. Oh, nice. We have a bunch of things we can do now. I think I want to actually send the rocket back first. Like I said, I want to bring in more polymers, upgrade a few of these so that we can turn things off during the cold wave.
Sector scanned.
And we almost have the rare metals fully. 2 homeless. I don't know why they don't want to move over. No one's excluded from this dome, right? They're just, yeah, prioritized. Guess we'll remove kind of youths and they can fill in the space if they can. Yeah, maybe. I think they were living in here even though there's space elsewhere. We have a few more rare metals to load and we can send this off. I kind of want to get these 3 upgraded. But I don't think we need all of them. We'll send you off. And I think this is a good place to leave off this episode. We got a planetary, we have a rocket onto its way to Earth with resources, and we survived a dust storm, and of course there's another disaster we lean into, a cold wave. We'll keep going through these, but we should be pretty set, especially with that water upgrade, and with money kind of coming in, we can manage to keep up with our resources. So without further ado, this is Fenris Lycon, and that's Shadow, signing out.